have the action things. It's like ready, action.
Yeah, no, that's
the same
literally.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and also color correction and a little bit of extra stuff
and then
depending.
like some reduction.
What kind of reduction?
Yeah,
like I need like this taken care of.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, we can't do that in post.
Medical technology has not gone that far. Actually, editing technology has gone that far for apps like Snapchat or
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. They put a filter over it.
Just stuff you can buy in the App Store where it'll
I want
cut your
some
double
horns.
chin while you're like FaceTiming somebody, so you can't even really use FaceTime as a good indicator.
Right,
You know,
right.
If
Well,
you're-
Zoom has a filter
If you're
too.
dating some Russian, and you're like, "Oh, Tatiana, can we please FaceTime? I want to see how you look," right? And then of course they're
she's
face
looking
tuned.
smoky.
And because Eastern Europeans have such feminine faces, you could
Well,
never
no, they
tell.
have-
He's
Cheekbones.
35 and just got off of his shift at the factory, but Tatiana is going to be the one stepping into that FaceTime call.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
What if Tatiana's a man?
that's what I was
That
saying.
was-
that was the joke.
It's
gonna be a long
It's going to be a long episode. So already flying over her head that I was making a joke. So get ready for that.
Yeah. We're already here. So on the episode today, we've got Amber Strehle,
Mom.
mother
Yeah.
mother of two rowdy boys.
Yep.
Rowdy
Very
dudes.
Mother of two rowdy boys, a not so rowdy boy, a rowdy girl, and more importantly than all of that, Patreon supporter.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, but second to Joe Papalardo.
Yeah,
Second to
yeah.
Joe
Well, I was
Why
going to
was it
say
actually
more
the first?
important than all that, mother of a beautiful fur baby was what
Yeah,
I thought you were leading
Lucy.
to. Yes. Well, not Lucy, but to Margot,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Because
Oh,
now
yeah,
that
because I'd
you're-
be grandmother to Lucy.
Yeah,
That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lucy the podcast dog is in studio right now.
Yes.
She's taking a nap.
Yeah, that's how riveting we are.
Yeah.
Well,
the
I
dog isn't even paying attention to us.
and she really loves me too. So
Yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah,
it's
yeah.
bad when.
Abby's in the back there just nudging her, trying
Yeah,
to get
like,
her to...
hey, pretend like you're interested in this.
She's
like
had a
me.
long day of
Yeah.
sitting around.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Well, it's been a long week. Mom's been here all week.
Right?
Yeah,
Why
no.
are you saying that? You like segued really quickly. You're like, it's been a long week. Mom's been here.
I was talking about the dog. Not
Yeah.
me. I was
No.
like,
I haven't had to cook a meal all week, but
Yeah.
I'm
been
cooking.
tough on the
I'm
dog.
cooking meals.
Yeah. Poor Abby. It's
I-
more like Abby's had the
I said
week
that.
off.
I said that for my wife because I know if she had a mic, she would have said that. So, I just wanted to support her on that.
Oh,
But-
it's important. It's important.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day about how we're doing this episode, right? We got Mom here. Usually, people wait until they're like substantially famous before they have their parents on the pod. They have like a level of clout that they're, it's not at all, an issue. But
You're like, this is an issue.
I don't think it's an issue. It's just, either it's presumptuous of us to say that we.
I know.
could do it,
I'm going to
but-
say presumptuous.
Yes,
I'm going to say we
we're
are
very
famous enough.
presumptuous.
Yeah, people. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, in
Us
general, I
Australians.
can completely admit
Look,
that.
if you're not already subscribed to the podcast in 10 years when it's $500, not because of the price raise, but because of inflation, then you're going to really be,
It's
bummed
true.
you didn't
Yeah,
get
you could
involved.
download all the Patreon stuff when it's still only $5 to have this out.
Right.
So,
That's true.
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
It's true. So
well, we're not here to hard sell people on the Patreon. No.
we're not?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
why
I
are
think
we?
you're right. Yeah,
We're going to entertain them?
that's not what
What the
this is
hell?
about. Come on, come on, goodness. No, but yeah, you've been here, this week. You've been
Yes.
bouncing
Yeah.
between the two houses.
Yep. It
You know.
reminded me. I quoted this thing back to your dad that his uncle once said when we were staying in Nebraska, and he said, "Family is like fish. After 3 days, it gets really stinky." So I ditched Shad and Becca yesterday because it had been 3 days.
There you go. You get that transitionary period.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's the ideal. You've got a good situation.
The
It's
only
like
reason it becomes stinky, though, actually, is because you're actually comfortable.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
about
yeah.
the time when you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
I can
I'm
stop
done
wearing my shoes in the house.
Yeah, dropping all pretenses.
All
and,
pretenses.
You're your actual natural person, and
Yep.
then you're like, oh, I remember why I left home and went to college.
Yeah.
and then I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Dylan is just brutal already. Like,
Yeah.
what are we, 3 minutes into this, and he's just roasting me
You'd
already?
be surprised. It's been an hour, so
Yeah.
these guys are getting a lot of content.
So you flew out here, and
I
boy, are
did.
your arms tired.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. Nice.
How was the flight?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was my first. It was my first
Maskless?
flight.
Nice.
In
Yeah,
2
glory to God.
plus years. Not glory to God auto though.
Yeah.
Because those people are horrible.
Whoa, come on now. Hills Daily has watched this.
I know. Anyways, yes, glory to God. It was nice. And it was just actually, I felt like a lot of tension was released
Yeah.
at the airport. That's what was
agree.
really nice. It was just kind of like, everyone was a lot more happy and kind of free-spirited. And that's something that we've obviously been missing the last couple of
it's
years.
true. Well, I was.
You went to LA.
Yeah, and I'm really. I'm pissed. I'm pissed because it was a full only 2 weeks before the mask mandate fell.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I was on a Spirit Airlines flight,
Oh, God.
red eye,
Rip.
on the way back.
Did
And
your
let me
boss
tell ya,
pay for it?
I mean, it's it's all
work.
It's all
But
work.
why
but-
would you?
okay.
I see the Spirit logo, and I'm pissed.
I
You're
know.
rich.
I know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Sitting on some cardboard.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
never-
and
I'll never do it again.
Getting a slap on the
Especially-
face.
especially at that distance.
Yeah.
It's because you literally
Paying
cannot
$12 for a buzz ball.
Yeah.
I did that
Well,
once
no.
on a Spirit Airlines flight.
Yeah, I literally
Why?
asked for a water
Yeah.
and then completely forgot I'd have to pay for it.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
then they had it because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on
It's
a
a
flight.
water.
You got a water, and then it's like, all right, card please, $3. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
You take your headphones out. You're like, excuse me. Can I have some Wawa? You know, they're like,
shut the hell up.
Backhand
That'll be
you.
$3. All right, I have no choice. I'm
Yeah.
on this flight for another 5 hours. What else will I do? But
Sitting on my cardboard seat with someone 0.2 inches
Yeah.
away from me.
somebody's somehow on the phone next to you.
yeah. No, I mean the big thing was everybody of course was a little bit riled up about the
Yeah.
whole mask thing, and I'd never seen this before. But the Spirit Airlines flight
they wear
attendants,
boots.
Yeah.
Do they still wear boots?
I'm not looking at their feet.
Oh,
Oh,
So
says a lot about you, Mom.
yeah. I'm
In
looking
this
at
day
their
and age.
feet.
in this day and age, thinking about flight attendants by what they wear.
Yeah.
come
How
on.
can you even believe
Can you believe it?
Yes.
Anyway, I've never seen this
Knee-high
before.
boots, it's
Flight
very
attendant up
disturbing.
front is gives a really
Passive aggressive.
not just passive aggressive,
Aggressive,
straight up
aggressive.
aggressive.
Well, I can respect that.
We don't want,
aggressive.
yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me, but we don't want to talk to you about it anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want us to talk to you about it anymore. Just do it. Let's try to get through
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're on Spirit Airlines and you've been working as a flight attendant on Spirit Airlines
True.
throughout all of COVID.
You should probably get a medal on.
yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
yeah.
That's a tour of
Seriously.
duty.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Purple
serve?
Heart.
Where'd you serve?
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines.
A gold star.
Yeah. That being said, woman across the aisle from me directly was vocally pissed,
Yeah.
Oh, after all of this time.
know.
Yeah.
Shouting about it,
Seriously.
and she's like, doesn't make any sense. I'm like, you literally
You're
What
here.
did you expect?
Yes.
What did you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it was gonna be?
Exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly.
So it just added all this undue
Yes,
tension to the whole thing, and so
exactly.
thankfully now that's no longer
Yes,
the case. And
yeah.
You know, honestly, though, I actually kind of have a weird, mad respect for the people who actually vocalize because I've
don't.
had so many private conversations with people who are like, yeah, gonna get on a flight. May not wear my mask though, and then they just wear their mask and
Yeah.
they're on the other end. But I kind of respect the idea of somebody showing up and be like, "I'm actually here to do battle."
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, but to what good? Because you're not
true.
going
No,
to
no.
win.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's a good thing. They do a
Right.
bad thing, but at the same time, I've just heard so many people bloviate about it
Yeah.
and
Right.
signal.
Right.
You know,
Yes,
people are
signal.
taking actual action in this.
People are
instance.
taking,
Yes.
it's direct action.
Yeah,
Basically.
Well, and the whole thing where people are like, "No, I brought on a Coke and I cracked it and I just held it like this
the whole time.
entire flight." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Wow,
Yeah.
that's great."
It's sort of my wife's move.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
It's like the second the tea service comes out, she's like
Yeah.
looking around, I'm sitting there just
Goodness.
sweating,
Scared
Well,
of confrontation.
trying to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
The flight back, the flight to LA, because that was a flight back. The
Yeah.
flight to LA, there was a time where I ate and I forgot my mask was off, and it just was
Yes.
off for 15 minutes, and I
Yeah.
was just doing whatever. Nobody said anything, wasn't
Yeah.
a problem. Then I was like, oh, put
Right.
it back on. But at the same time, it's like,
The weirdest part about it in my mind is that for a moment, because you're up there for 3-4 hours sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And I flew a ton during the pandemic to see my now wife. All right. I
Yes.
wasn't, I
It was
wasn't
worth it.
endangering people. Okay.
Oh,
Even if
I
I
flew
was
to Mexico
endangering
like
people,
3 times
Yeah, okay.
because I wanted to.
She
No.
was endangering people.
Yeah.
But while I was
Is that
doing
the
that,
truth?
Such a
you start to sit there, and I know this is like kind of a wild thing to say, but you start to realize what it was like to be an actual service worker during that time.
Right.
Right, because you have to wear it for 6 hours because you show up to the airport 2
Yes.
hours early. You do the whole process, and you're like,
your
oh
brother,
wow, the
or
fact
not
that
your dad and your sister, same.
yeah, you realize like, oh, you're making they're making people do this for 8-9 hours a day.
Right.
And working while they're doing it.
Yeah,
Right.
and
And
talk
if they
to
have
the
to-
public.
And if they have to get on a bus to get to work, or
Yeah.
if they have to take the train to get to work or anything along those lines, they're wearing it
Right.
when they're on the train, they're wearing it when they're on the bus. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's intense stuff. So
It's a long day.
luckily, at least once you get to 3,000 feet in the air, you don't gotta wear one anymore. Still gotta wear one on the train in DC, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, especially when this episode comes out. Who knows when it'll come out? Could be months from now.
Yeah, years.
You have no idea when we're recording this.
It's the year 2019 right now.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, we're talking about masks.
Yeah.
2019.
We're just we got
Yeah.
a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Foresight.
Foresight. There we go. We know what the
yes.
world's coming
Yeah.
to.
Precognition.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's only a matter of time.
Blessed
Right.
with the spirit of prophecy.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
spiritual gift that I
Ooh.
have received.
Yeah.
Nice. That's big doing.
When the flaming tongues
Okay.
came.
Okay. Now we're devolving.
We're devolving. I think actually we're evolving relentlessly. Thank you, the San Francisco revival in the 1920s, for really just making things happen. I'm glad apostolic succession restarted in San Francisco in 1920s. Okay, so so you're getting Facebook targeted ads right now?
Okay. Good segue.
Yeah.
Thank you. It actually wasn't Facebook targeted.
On Instagram?
It was an Instagram targeted ad.
Wow.
Now,
This is a professional broadcaster.
This is professional broadcast.
yeah,
Shadrach
you're
Strehle.
like completely just like.
I'm kind of just so I have a bad cold. Just want to let everybody know. So I'm kind of off the rails on a crazy train. I'm Ozzy Osbourne over here.
Oh.
I'm born in it. I'm
Yeah.
born again.
Dude,
Osborne again.
dude, you're like playing a word association improv game right now
Yeah.
with no other person, just with yourself.
with
You're doing
yourself.
the Robin Williams improv.
yeah.
Born
No.
again, yes, Christian, yes, the Holy Lord coming down to earth. We're on earth. There are aliens above, aliens flying around. Same kind of situation.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. So
Okay,
she wanted to tell us about these.
Well, I didn't want to tell you about it. We
Well,
were
you're
just
gonna tell
talking
us about
about
them.
it, and,
Yeah.
and Dylan told me to save it. I said,
can
oh.
it.
Yeah.
Got to
can
take
it.
that energy,
So I said, you
monetize it on the pod.
Yeah, you're never going to believe this targeted ad that I keep getting. And
Yeah.
it's on Instagram. It's relentless, which I was actually telling them originally about a dog ad that I keep getting.
Yeah.
Because I'm obsessed with my dog. And so instead, though, I was like, oh, and I just kind of randomly said as a side subject, you won't believe this other one. And I showed it to your dad. He was like, are you sure you're getting this? And I'm like, no, I really am. And so that's when Dylan says, you need to can it. Don't say anything. So
Yeah.
I guess we're talking about it now. So this is for a playlist on Spotify.
Nice.
Okay.
What?
And this is what the name of the playlist is. Playlist to assist broken people in sleeping. Like, you need to
Assist
take
broken
this.
people in sleeping.
Yeah, no, playlist.
No, they can't see you through the privacy screen you got
that's
on your
that's
phone.
that's a classic. Like we ran it through Google Translate in India
Okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's all the psychological things I subscribe to or the middle-aged woman things.
Insomnia, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's insomnia because I'm up at 3:00 in the morning on
yeah, yeah.
Instagram.
And they would
That's
assume
possible.
that you're a broken person because you're up at 3 a.m. on Instagram.
Exactly.
You'd have to be.
They're like, who the hell
Yeah.
would be searching psychological? Whatever.
Well, so first off, I've never seen a Spotify playlist advertised before. Is that
Yeah.
is that a thing? Have you run
Well-
into that? Because you're doing more sound related stuff.
I mean, I got it.
I've never seen a Spotify playlist advertised, but there's a lot of like monetary stuff that goes into Spotify playlists.
Yeah,
So I imagine that somebody can pay to be on that playlist, and then they use that money to advertise the playlist, and they use it, say, to like get eyes on the playlist. So
but
they
it
can monetize
literally is like
Yeah.
for broken people sleeping.
Yeah.
broken people.
Okay, and they're like,
So
actually,
okay, is it wrong? No. Was
No.
it incorrect?
No,
That's the
not-
question.
But it's one of those things that I'm sitting there, I'm like driving, and all of a sudden, a playlist for broken people.
Yeah.
Like it's like recalls all of the time.
Yeah.
So you know.
Well, to think about,
What are
the
some
fact
hits on
that's-
there? Is it like Everybody Hurts by R.E.M.?
And that's all it is.
Yeah,
It's 24
yeah.
hours
Is
of
it
that on
Iris?
repeat.
Iris by the Google Dolls.
Yeah.
You know.
Goo Goo.
I say Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, I thought you sounded like you said Google Dolls.
Google Dolls.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Google's got their
Hey,
hands on
Jamie,
everything
go
at this
Google
point.
Dolls for us.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, James.
Josh is not here today, by the way. So if
Yeah.
you know it's a
Boo.
market improvement in the production vacuum quality. That's why.
Oh, shots fired.
There you go.
Shots fired.
Sometimes if you want a job done, you gotta do it yourself.
We're getting dinner with him later tonight. It's no hard feelings.
No
hard feelings.
Yeah.
He's going to buy dinner now that
Yeah.
he's gone, but...
Have you ever got one of those targeted ads where it's like this Teamster who loves Garfield and is married,
No.
supports the right to life or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's just a shirt that just has nouns based on the things that you like.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
And I'm not
yes.
saying that this is me. Like I'm not a Teamster who loves Garfield, right? But there's,
Well, you do love Garfield. You're not a Teamster, though.
I love Garfield.
Are you pro-union? Wait.
Well, two things.
I'm pro union.
Oh.
And the abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like pro-union, hopefully beginning of union, not current.
Yeah, sure,
Your
sure.
dad
sure.
might write
I'm
you
pro
out of the will.
coal miners, shooting federales. I'm pro that. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, well, there's so much flying all over the place. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard. It's hard to really.
Crazy in the stewed.
Yeah, big thing for me.
Yeah.
The Garfield.
Yeah.
We used to love the Garfield.
They
Right.
love the Garfield.
We love the Garfield. We got all the books.
Yes.
They're probably at the house still.
Yeah, I still have
back
them.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any affection for Garfield anymore?
I not really,
No,
but
no.
I gotta say that one time I was bullied
Because of Garfield?
because of Garfield. I was called a gay loser. For reading comic books in the library in 7th grade, which I guess may have been a little old for the reading comic books in the library.
It's
but I was
true. And you
very
were also,
popular.
let's just say you were asking for it.
I was
Was this
I was
at
in
Dutch
there.
Hill?
No, this was at the middle school.
Centennial.
Oh, it's
Centennial.
Yeah, yeah.
Centennial. Middle
Shout
School.
out.
Shout out.
I
Centennial Middle
didn't
School. I was bullied in your library, guys.
I didn't realize how badly you guys got bullied.
Oh, I got bullied all the time. We
You
got
guys
bullied.
didn't come
Yeah.
home and talk about it until later,
Dude,
and it
dude,
actually
it was-
is like really sad.
In retrospect, it was kind of hilarious because we'd be on the bus and be like, this guy would like walk up and be like, "Y'all twins, y'all gay together?" We'd be
Y'all
like,
having sex?
and we'd be like, "Shut up!"
But it's so sad.
Yeah, it was
I
wild.
don't like it. I
Yeah.
wish that I didn't.
No, every
like
day
it.
was a nightmare. It was awesome.
I know you.
Yeah.
I just like that bothers me.
I
You
know,
said- You
No.
said
Yeah.
you were like it was like an after school special. That's how bad
Yeah,
you were.
it was
bullied.
after school special. But
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is that I'm still pro bullying. On the other end of it, I'm still pro bully.
Yeah.
I am. I'm legitimately.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
there's-
became better people because
Yeah.
of it at the end of the day. Right.
I'm
But
like,
by the way, real fast,
yeah.
do you happen to have the link to that playlist?
Okay, well,
anywhere?
I've never.
Look,
Nice
look,
job.
look. All I'm saying is that if there's any pro-bullying super PACs who want a token bullying survivor to advocate for them,
Right,
then
it's you.
I'm that
yeah.
guy.
Well, and
yeah.
Dylan is kind of too.
I am.
Yeah.
Probably less so, a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
the part of the problem though is that for some reason I have more empathy for you being bullied than I do Shad,
Just
and
look
the
at this
only
face.
reason
Yeah.
I do is because you were kind of an ass
Yeah. Okay.
at times.
All right. Sure.
And
I mean,
so-
so was I.
I know, but
look. Okay, there was moments where maybe I deserved it.
okay, but not really because people don't deserve bullying. I'm not
Look,
pro bullying.
I'm
like
not.
you
I
are.
don't suggest that anything
No.
she's saying is what I agree with here. I just want to put a disclaimer up. No, there was moments though where I was literally in the just reading Garfield.
Right.
Right,
Which
or
there's
like-
nothing. The thing about that like makes me
Yeah.
mad is like, and I know part of this is society. We could like talk about this for hours and
Yeah.
ever, but it's like 7th grade isn't that old. It's like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with Garfield? It's like society ends up taking those things away from us
Yeah.
that we should be allowed to enjoy.
It was society's
kids.
problem, not
Yes.
Brent.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
look. There's another
it wasn't
story.
Jim
Jim
Davis's
Davis. That's what I
problem.
was gonna say.
Yeah,
Jim Davis. Jim
It wasn't
Davis.
his problem.
Yeah.
Still kicking.
Society.
Still probably
Is he
not
alive?
writing. He's not writing really. I mean, everything says Jim Davis, but it's well confirmed that he has like people write his stuff for him. But
okay.
the
It's probably not as funny.
yeah,
He's-
sure,
well,
because early Garfield
confused.
was
Oh,
I mean,
freaking
classic
hilarious.
lasagna, Mondays.
Monday's fat.
Yes.
Fat,
Yeah.
lasagna, Monday.
Anybody could relate to.
Yeah,
Being a
I could-
cat,
yeah.
I
number
could
4.
definitely
Yeah.
relate to it.
So one time though, I was speaking of being a cat. I was
Oh.
reading. Do you guys ever? You know how there was those books that were like in
The cat people?
Yeah, the cat books. The Warriors books.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
Isabel just told me they actually banned that at her elementary school
Why?
at Dutch Hill after you guys left because people were making gangs and they were warring factions.
Warring factions because there was clans. There was
yes,
clans in
so
it.
they were making them. So
yeah.
then I said to her, I
think they
go,
were like the Claw Clan and
Yeah.
no, it was like Leaf Clan and the Claw
yeah.
Clan.
So they
and were all-
actually like outlawed. What is it called? Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah. We literally just talked about this, and then she was like, she said, yeah, and I said, well, did you ever play it? She's like, As if.
As
I
if.
was roasting all the boys on the basketball court at Foursquare.
Yeah.
She goes on and on and on. She's like, then she hits me with the, I wasn't a horse girl like you.
Oh.
And, and so then we had the horse girl conversation.
Does mom have horse girl energy?
No, not now as an adult, but I was a horse girl.
Well, I just want to see your folder in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Did it have porpoises or horses on it? Those are the two girls you could have been in the 1980s.
Yeah.
I was actually...
What was that with everybody wanted to be a marine biologist for like a decade?
I did want to be a marine biologist for a while. Yeah, and I had some
Everybody
earrings.
watched that episode of Seinfeld and was like, I'm going to be a marine biologist.
Yeah. I definitely aspired to.
Speaking of so I was reading. I was in 6th grade, and I had gone to Montessori for so long that I hadn't really been injected with like the public school YA thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like catching up on the literature. I was reading theory. Right?
You were reading the Warrior book?
Yeah. So I read the Warriors book. I brought it home.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
seeing
I
it.
remember when he was reading it.
Oh,
I
I
was
don't
in,
remember
I was in like
this.
6th grade, so I was too old for it. But like I was like, oh, I'm catching up.
This is research.
This is research.
Total.
I had it in my backpack, right? And I'm sure this guy now is like super cool and has a family, but
Oh, you're going to tell me a story I don't want to know.
I opened my
Do you know the guy's
backpack.
name?
I think it was like Zane or something. I don't know. But like I opened the backpack.
Xander.
Yeah, Xander,
Something like that.
Xander Cage. That's the protagonist in Triple X, played
Oh.
by what's his face?
Vin
Vin
Diesel.
Diesel. Yeah.
Anyway, so I open the backpack and I look in and there's a copy of The Warriors, right? The first book, and I pull out my folder, and this guy sees it, pulls it out. and
Out of your backpack.
out of my backpack, stands up in front of the whole class
Oh,
and starts
I
to read the back of the book. Like
In- in the-
it's like a Disney Channel original, right?
Oh.
He's up there just being like,
This was in Mrs.
Ebenhart was a
Spade's
human and
class.
turned into a cat, and blah blah. And he's just like, in front of everybody. And Mrs. Excuse me, I don't want to commit calumny against Mrs. Spade. She was gone at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
But
and she's a fantastic teacher.
she was a great teacher.
Yeah.
Biker, gotta respect. But so this guy was just reading in front of everybody, just like out loud, just like making a huge
I
show. And
hate
I was sitting
hearing
there
these
just like
stories.
staring at the ground, and I was like, I already told on everybody for swearing, and
See, that's the asshole part. Sorry, I shouldn't swear.
You didn't hear about this?
No, I did not know this.
So it was
Sorry.
funny because
This is why everyone hates you.
it's funny. It was that
Right now.
It was that kid actually who was on the court. They were playing soccer and
you're
at
that
recess, and he did a head in, and he was like,
He headered it.
Yeah,
into,
he
which we're
headed
not
it in.
soccer family.
yeah. So he was like, let's.
because soccer's dumb.
He
but-
was like, this is the Patreon. This isn't Patreon. So he said, let's effing go or something. Although we didn't say it back then. He was like, that effing rocked or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Oh no, you went over and told the yard.
I haven't heard an F word in 100 years. And so I told Mrs. Spade, I said, I was out the recess and people were just saying F words. And I didn't say anybody's name. I wasn't that kind of rat.
Right.
And so
You're
she
just
actually
first level rat.
Dude.
so
You guys out there probably just know exactly why we were as popular as we were.
yeah. So nobody ever found out it was me, but she like got up in front of class and said, you guys gotta not swear as much as you do.
Right.
And so, but that same kid was the kid who read
Oh.
the book in front of the whole class. So even though physically he may not have known, cosmically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to karmic
you
justice,
had that like I need to bully him aura.
Yeah.
Energy is what you had.
uh,
Oh, but that stuff makes me sad. I
Yeah.
don't like to
we'll
hear
move
it.
to a more positive topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this show is actually about something.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what people say that it is or that it should be. The show, Monomaniacs, we're here to talk about your monomaniacal obsession, right? That's the topic of today's episode, or at least hopefully.
Yeah. Not so far.
Obviously, so far, we have a
Yeah.
lot to talk about, right? So, Amber Strehle,
Yes.
I ask you right now if you
But
could
you need to
swear
call
on
me-
this manga right
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
What
you
is...
need to call me my mom though. Don't call me Amber Strehle.
Mom.
This is for the
Or
the
Mama
This is
Strehle.
for the people out
Yeah.
there,
I
right,
know,
who
but,
need to
you
like
know.
look.
How are we
you
gonna
up.
get your name out there? How do you get
My
an
name doesn't need to be
influencer?
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Would you be a mom influencer if you could, like a mommy?
She was a
influencer?
mom blogger for a hot minute.
Yeah,
back in
I
like
was.
2008.
Yeah.
Never saw a dime for it, but
no.
now it's
a lot of
monetized.
work.
Back in the Blogspot days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I still have the blog. It's up.
Oh.
Yeah. I probably should
Look it
actually
up,
Go.
subscribe, or go scrub it, or don't.
Yeah. Don't
look it up.
up.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway,
what was actually real quick? What's the verb for what you do to a blog on Blogspot? Is it follow? Is it subscribe?
I think you subscribe to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the last FM is scrabble.
Yeah. Oh.
I always that's been stuck with me for years.
Yeah, it's like you scrabble
You go
it.
scrabble.
Yeah.
Instead of likes, they have scrabbles. Anyway, go ahead. What's your
anyways.
monomaniacs?
I don't know. This
focus?
has been like, a question that I've been like thinking about all week. And
Honestly, if that's the case, then maybe just the pressure of
yeah,
thinking of
exactly.
what could be your monomaniacal
Well, I mean,
obsession.
part of it is because I am, you guys know of
We do.
all people.
But do they?
No, they don't know. But we've never as a family really shied away from hard topics and subjects that make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm trying really hard to shy away from that because I don't want to, chuck you guys under the bus and, make it so everyone knows how crazy your mom really is. But
It's okay.
it's
Everybody
okay.
who's watching has a crazy mom.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yes.
For the most part, all moms
Yeah,
are crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, anyway,
but I was thinking just, this week, and of course it's leading up to Mother's Day, and
Yeah.
the fact that we're
And Mother's Day 2020.
Yes.
sorry,
Yeah.
we're not really leading up to Mother's Day. I just was saying that Mother's
Yeah.
Day's in the vicinity.
I mean, yeah, we're leading up to it. The fact that there's going to be another one the coming year.
Yeah.
There will
and
be
this
another
year-
Mother's Day.
Yes.
Lord allow it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do we want to be in heaven?
I don't know. Actually,
Kinda. Yes.
May the Lord prevent there being another Mother's Day.
Yeah, please. whatever needs to happen.
Yeah. I've just been thinking a lot about being maniacal about being a mom.
Oh,
There you
Mama Maniacal.
Oh.
Mama Maniacs.
We got the episode title right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mama Maniacal.
Yeah. Well,
and then just being a mom to you two.
Okay, real quick question
Okay.
then. Isn't like the active, I feel like biologically you got to be momomaniac.
Yes.
If there's like this certain, chemical drive to just be
Yeah, a
focused
mom.
on your children.
Yes. Well,
Right.
not only do you mom your children, then you inevitably mom everything, right?
Yeah.
So this is why my dog is my favorite thing. This is why my garden grows. This is why
Is your dog your favorite thing?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're being performative right now.
Okay,
I know
sorry.
this is
Hey.
not true.
No,
Hey,
I,
can we talk for a second?
What was that?
am I your favorite thing?
We were just. They're gonna think you're crazy.
Well, I am.
It's
So,
true, sure.
but
Yeah.
but it's like it spills out.
Yeah.
It spills out of everything you are, and there's
And
also
I think that's reasonable to say, right? I mean, I think also you tend to be exceptionally mom-ish, right?
I am. Yeah, that's a
that's
really
not crazy
gentle.
to say that, right? Like she does often come across like
So
the power
actually, I think that
mom.
you can probably encapsulate this through a story rather than
Uh-oh.
analysis, which
Yeah.
is called efficient communication, which is
Yeah.
something you don't know anything about.
Shots fired.
All of our friends in high school.
Shad's being mean to me again. Mom!
All of our friends in high school, everybody had a mom, right? There was only one person they called Mama, and that was Mama Strehle.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, and it's been a term of endearment everywhere. And I shouldn't say endearment because some people are like,
No.
And Silas is straight up like, my friends are scared of you.
Yeah.
Like straight up. And I don't know why they're scared of me. I mean, I'm not that. It's not like
None of the boys on the anime club, which was last episode, by the way. I don't think they're scared of Mom.
Right. Well, they're in college
Yeah,
now.
they've got that degree of separation.
Yes, and it's more
Right,
the
'cause,
boys that like Silas grew up with that it was
yeah.
like, I can't let Amber know that I'm doing this, and then
Yeah.
Amber suddenly finds out about everything in a weird way. So
Yeah.
it just, magically happens.
Yeah.
So
Actually, a funny story. This is one of my favorite
But
stories.
part of
about
it is-
Mom, but
okay,
when
okay,
it
you
comes
go.
to that extra supernatural way to just know things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my favorite story is we really wanted to watch Pulp Fiction when we were in high school.
I forgot about this.
Wanted to watch Pulp Fiction because, we weren't allowed to watch, R-rated films.
well,
for
it
the
was
most
the
part.
rape scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can justify it as much as you want after.
It's played
the
off for comedy, whatever.
fact. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on, it's funny.
Yeah, it was I remember I felt dirty after I watched that movie for like 2 weeks. Anyway, sorry.
But somebody did have a cardboard cutout of a character from the film in their home. Oh, who could that have been?
Oh,
that was pre-Jesus.
The same person who threw out all of their great records, like The Chronic.
Wow. Anyway, so we are like, oh man, every once in a while we're thinking about it, but Mom and Dad like explicitly tell us that this film in particular we are not allowed to watch, right? And I think only one other time before had we been at a sleepover and watched a movie, I would say it was probably out of our
It was just
purviews.
Jackass.
It was Jackass. Yeah. And then the Simpsons movie afterwards, I think.
What?
And the Simpsons movie directly afterwards, if I remember.
Well, we were allowed to watch The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It was
probably.
PG-13.
Yeah. Any dang
No
way.
rated R movies.
Yeah.
Any dang way.
Except like Braveheart.
We had a friend, Jordan, if you're listening, good boy.
Jordan
Great.
Ream.
Jordan Ream
Yeah,
did.
good boy.
Yeah.
Good kid.
A real one, a real ass dude of the week. Yeah, Jordan Ream. He was like, "Hey, come over to my place. I cannot believe that you haven't seen
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Come over. We'll watch it together." And we were like, "Yes, perfect. This is the opportunity, right? Out of prying eyes. Jordan's mom's not going to care that we're watching this. Right? It's going to be okay." And then as we were walking out the door, got our backpack on, got our laptops, we're going to go game, watch Pulp Fiction. Going to be a great night. Walking out the door, and she says, "Hey, behave yourself out there. Don't be like watching Pulp Fiction or anything." And I am struck.
Conviction by the Holy Spirit just comes down on you.
And I'm like silent. I'm like, like, what do you say after that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to bring up
And
the
just
fact
so
that I
you
may
know,
or may
like in mom world, everything that you're thinking is being completely played out on every part of your body.
So that's the
here
thing
you're
is that
thinking,
when you say supernatural,
it's not.
As an adult now, I'm just thinking back to like the stuff I did when I was 19, and I'm like, man, I was throwing red flags up. I was throwing flags like I was a soccer referee.
Yeah.
Right. It was insane.
Yeah,
Right.
making it
You
rain.
think you're so clandestine, but if you have
You're
somebody
not.
who's known you for the rest, your whole life.
Well, and it's just, fortunately or unfortunately, no matter how you want to say it, I'm a little bit more intuitive than most. And for you guys, it would be unfortunate. For the children of Amber Strehle, it's unfortunate.
The moral of that story, or the end of that story, is that we did go and we did not watch Pulp Fiction.
Oh, you didn't watch
I've never
it?
seen it.
Yeah.
I love it.
we literally were there, and we were like, Jordan was like, so we're gonna watch Pulp Fiction. We're like, we just like watch something else.
I don't think we should.
Oh.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't even know if we ended up watching a movie.
I don't think we did.
It was that
We
or like
just
the
did
Chronicles
games.
of Riddick, and we didn't end up watching the Chronicles of Riddick.
I think we just gamed.
Yeah, we just gamed with our
Why are you
boy.
just pulling out Vin Diesel films for some
I
reason?
know.
Excuse me.
Folks.
Oh,
Goodness gracious.
that was quick.
We're getting, to the halfway point. We're
Okay.
around the halfway point.
Yeah.
This, you know what that means. It's time for those Patreon questions. We only do this, or we're
At the
only-
halfway point?
Yeah, that's what I always try to do it at the halfway point.
And anybody who's been watching knows it's 3/4 the way through the show.
Yeah, why are you trying to wrap it up? Are you nervous?
No, I'm not
If
trying
you're
to
nervous,
wrap
I'm
this.
going to say
Dylan's
something.
nervous.
He is.
I'm not nervous.
Yeah.
The worst thing about somebody saying something like, are you nervous? Is
Then
that
you're nervous.
No, not only am I not nervous, it's that if I say I'm not, you're going to assume that I am because I'm defending myself.
Right,
yeah.
Goodness, these people.
Good grief.
Anyway, we can only do this because of the patrons that donate and are so generous to us and are able to provide us with so many, beautiful amenities like
Yes.
new mics, being able to
This rubber ducky.
That's rubber duck,
Yeah.
which costs a total of $0.
Thank you, Joshua Liebhauser, a patron technically,
A patron technically
for
donated.
$1 a month.
Last time we talked about this, you delegitimized the $1 tier.
Yes,
it
and
is.
that's
They are
still
good
something.
people.
It's very good to.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good person.
They are a good person.
Yeah.
As of last week. That
Yeah.
being said, or as of
Now.
2023.
Yes,
That being said, the upper tiers have access to every tier outside of the $1 tier gets the bonus Patreon episode. Everything
true.
gets a little bit loose. We might who knows? It's a little crazy. And then outside of that, we've got the AMA tiers,
Yeah.
right?
What does AMA mean for people who are old?
Ask me anything.
Yes.
Ask me anything questions. And I would also like to shout out the two people who are in our lieutenant tier.
Yes.
That is going to be Joe Papalardo and
Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Also-
or as Joe wanted us to say, Zach and Amber.
Yeah.
We like mom and dad better.
Quick update for we had somebody upgrade, which is great. That's something that you can do if you're interested
Anytime
in.
you
Sarah
want.
Schutte, thank you so much for upgrading. And
Yes.
then
Sarah.
a new person in the $10 tier, Connor Woodfin.
Yes.
Shout out to Connor Woodfin.
Oh,
Shout out
thank
to
you,
good old
Connor
friend.
Whitfin.
Good old friend. Yes. Great to see that you're, you like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Always happy to see that. That being said, Connor was not able to get us our questions for this week.
Yeah.
Even though he's in the question tier, but we have questions from Joe Papalardo.
Yes.
And of course, Mom is entitled to ask us questions because we are.
Sarah, now you can also ask questions, by the way.
She's not in the question tier.
Oh, never mind.
That's $10.
Just joking.
Just another 10, Sarah. That's all it takes. Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to ask a general question.
Yeah.
This is a Strehle question. A Strehle twin question. Then we'll do a direct to Mom question.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Australian general question, Shad was getting into hockey.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Does
was the Arizona
Dylan-
Coyotes.
Does Dylan have a sport he follows? And does Shad still follow hockey? And the reason I chose this question is because I think it gets down to the root of the monomaniacal obsession.
Yes.
Shad, do you still follow hockey in any way? And don't try to freaking
Yeah,
lamp
it was
shade
like
this.
10
I get the apps. I get the app notifications. I know how my team's doing. I
What's
don't watch
your
hockey.
team?
It's the Kraken and the Coyotes. The Yotes, last place this season in their division. Real
That's
rough.
the Arizona one.
Yeah.
Arizona Coyotes, the Yotes.
Do you have a hat or a shirt?
I have a shirt and a sweatshirt.
Okay.
So he's a true fan.
Yes, they're oriented around the '90s advertising that they did when they first became a team, and they looked like a Taco Bell from the '90s.
Yes,
it was
they
wild.
did.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. But the Kraken, because it's my hometown, and I got into it hoping
Okay,
that the
so
Kraken would
let's
be
just-
okay. But the Kraken is like mid-tier. It's
Okay,
it's
but
all
let's
right.
just talk about the Kraken. So,
Yeah.
as someone from Seattle,
yeah,
the thing that this is most incredible.
yeah,
Okay, so they're like, this is the Kraken, this is who we are.
yeah,
Before they ever played one game,
yeah.
before anything ever happened, people have Kraken shirt,
Yeah.
hat, tattoos,
It's because they like hockey.
wheel covers on the back of their car,
Yeah, they like
the
hockey.
Kraken color paint on their car. Yeah, okay,
Because
but
they're
they
getting
never
excited.
even played
Well,
one
They're
time.
just getting excited because their town has a team. Hockey is awesome.
It's a
Look,
lot.
I'm not following it like I used to, primarily because NHL Plus is like freaking expensive and I don't have cable, so I can't watch hockey. But I love
that
hockey.
means you're not a true fan.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're a
just
fair
that
weather
simple.
bandwagon.
Well,
fan.
here's the other
Sandwich.
problem too. Is I guess now that I live in the Michigan,
Yeah,
I
you
can
have
get
to
it
do the
and I
Red
can do
Wings,
out
isn't
of
it?
market. No, because the thing is, if you subscribe to NHL, whatever, you can't watch in-market games.
Right.
So like I was a Caps fan when I was in DC, but I couldn't watch Caps games even if I subscribed to the $50 a month or whatever it is
Yeah.
to watch
Because it
games
was-
on demand
Yeah.
because it was in
Have
market.
you ever even been to a hockey game?
I've been to multiple hockey games.
Yes.
Oh.
I've been to
I
3
think-
Silvertips games and I've been to a Toledo Walleyes
know.
game. Which fun fact about the Toledo Walleyes.
But this is minor league hockey. Have
This
you
is
ever
minor
been
league
to
hockey.
an NHL
I've never
game?
been to an NHL game. Me and some friends are planning on going to see the Red Wings here
Okay.
soon.
I
And
I walked by
my
that
priest
stadium
is like a
once.
huge Red Wings fan and he goes all the time. So I'm trying to go with him.
Trying
But
to get up in that.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to go to a Red
Get
Wings
some
game.
tickets.
But funny thing about the Toledo Walleyes, they've sold out like the last 600 games in
Is
a
this
row or
Toledo,
whatever.
Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there another?
The
Toledo?
first time they make the first time of the game that they make a goal, I was sitting there. I was like on a journalism trip for the college, and we're watching the game, and the walleye make a goal, which is plural of walleyes. Walleye, just to let you know. But the walleye make a goal, and when they make it, everybody's like, "Oh, awesome!" And then a siren goes off, and we're like, "Well, yeah, that's hockey. That's
Right.
normal." But the siren just keeps going. And we look over to the far side of the rink, and a guy wearing nothing but regular like tennis shoes walks out holding a fish. It's not a walleye, just a full fish, and he runs across the ice all the way down it.
In
and then-
tennies?
in tennies.
And doesn't fall.
Slipping and sliding,
Okay.
holding this fish, just like friggin' going all over the rink, and then he goes to the end and slams it into a trash can.
Oh.
Everybody loses their mind. And I'm like, this is what America is all about.
It's true.
The fact that we could go to this game, and I was like, I didn't know this was a tradition, but I was like, I know that this is a tradition, and it's my favorite tradition. It is slam a fish into a trash can every time they make their first goal.
That
of the
would
night.
be like gross,
Yeah.
like dirty and smelly.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I would kill to be that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The energy in that room, the pop off when you make it into the can.
Yeah, we lost our minds.
Yeah, come on.
We lost
No,
our
and
minds.
Dylan has never. Okay, so let me just really quickly do a quick story about Dylan.
Yeah.
Very short-lived. Both of your guys' athletic careers were probably my first. No, never mind.
Yeah.
It wasn't my first. It was the most very humbling experience as a parent. And especially when you're a parent who's might be a little competitive.
Yeah, little A-type.
Who really likes to win and who likes to
Her
win.
children to win.
Exactly. So we just had to redirect that. But Dylan, when he ran track or cross country in 7th grade, and you know what? I will have to say this about Dylan is the kid never gave up. And that's exactly what the coach told me when I called the coach to apologize for his time.
Yeah.
Because I felt so guilty. I was like, do they cut kids from cross country? Or is like,
no, I'll tell you from experience.
Yeah.
They do not.
Yeah. And then Dylan, I mean, do I tell the cheetah story? Do I tell the cheetah story?
I mean, you can. I mean, it's
I won't
it's
tell
not embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to Shad.
No, it's just a whole
I mean, I
thing.
think it's indicative of how we were at the time.
Yes.
You know, but
So, okay, number one, okay, I'm not going to tell this.
no, you can tell the story. Come on,
because
it's content.
it
Yeah,
is content.
it's
And it's
content.
good
gonna
freaking content.
moves the numbers.
Yes.
Gotta love
So, with Silas and Isabel, they were a little bit more gifted in athletics. So they tend to win a little bit more and just, excel a little bit more. So I show up to this cross country meet and I'm thinking, well, Dylan couldn't, and Silas is with me, and Silas is very competitive. He just came out of the womb that way. So I'm like, let's go watch Dylan run. And he's like, yeah, Mom. And he's like, in 3rd grade, he's adorable. He's all excited because it's his older brothers.
Yeah.
So we go there to this meet up in Arlington. It's out in the middle of nowhere. And we're watching the race. Okay. And everybody's going by us. And then it's like, oh, wow. It's like taking a long time. I'm like, well, he can't possibly be in last place, I'm just thinking. And I mean, this is like, what was it? Is it a 5K? Was it 3 miles?
Yeah,
I can't
think
remember.
it was about 5K.
I mean, it's a decent run. I can't remember the distance exactly. So Dylan, it just keeps going on, and he is not showing up. And Silas then now at this point is actually starting to get really upset because he's realizing, oh my gosh, my brother is
bad.
He's just not fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a finisher. And I'm telling you what, as a slow runner, slow and steady wins the race. So I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah, because I won that race.
No, but you finished, and finishing is huge.
Yeah.
It really honestly
Just
is.
wanted everybody to know he finished.
Yes. But so
he finished in second to last in front of the mentally challenged kid.
But this is the best. I don't know that part. I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that part.
You have to just say this. But so it's going on for a long time. He's not coming out of the woods, and we're waiting and waiting. People are starting to leave. Then the whole all the kids that are 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 50th are up. They're waiting on the finish line.
They're talking in the mic. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden we see Dylan, and poor Dill. He is on the struggle bus, but I'm telling you what, this kid is still running, and I mean,
Wouldn't stop.
no, and he was just struggling. Well, then everyone, you could just tell that he's struggling. So he's going, well, Shad is so moved at this moment because it is kind of like a Rudy moment from football.
Yeah. Real Chariots of Fire.
Yeah,
arc right
exactly.
here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shad just bursts out of the spectators. Here we are. We're all standing. I can't believe I'm telling this story and the fact that this. Anyways, Shad bursts from the spectators. Okay, and he's gonna finish the race with his brother. Right? They're going. And this is all Shad could say. He says, "Come on, Dylan." So I can't even say it. He goes, "Summon your cheetah power."
Summon your cheetah power.
Summon your cheetah power.
From my perspective,
It was really sweet.
I'm running, and let me tell you, I was at a rough spot.
You were.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
understandable.
can't
And you were a
believe.
good
And I sense
runner.
that,
Yes.
You
It was
sensed
the
that.
twin
I was in a
synergy.
tough spot, and he runs out, and he's sort of skipping next to me.
Yes. And Silas is also just oh, see, poor Lucy's chill. And Silas is also pretty emotional about it too, because we've been waiting for a while, and it was oh, good, he's alive.
Abby's loving this story out here.
Have
guys.
you not ever heard it, Abby? Nuh-uh.
You haven't heard this story? I literally was like,
this
what?
is a
Maybe we
classic.
shouldn't tell this because I feel like we tell this story everywhere
I
we
know.
freaking go.
That's the thing.
I go out of my way not to tell this story.
Yeah.
You know what?
Summon
Honestly,
your cheetah power.
my action was Noble.
and
It
just.
was. That's the thing, and that's what makes it so sweet. Because I mean, you were, and I can't necessarily say by nature you're a really sweet person.
No.
And so, like, the fact that you saw your brother and you were moved to do that at the cost of your pride, popularity that you didn't have, all of these things. Which, side note, non-popular kids are much better to raise than popular kids. But anyway,
And so, and we wonder every day why we got bullied. It was a real question on our minds every time we went to school.
I remember the referee talking to me and being like, "Hey, son,
yeah, you can't run out there.
we don't do that." I was like,
trouble.
"Oh, I'm sorry, mister."
Anyways.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Joe Pap's second question. All right. The Strehles are passionate and driven.
Oh, gosh. I don't know about driven.
Come on, Joe. Have any of your children's hobbies made you concerned? Was there any hobby you encouraged
Yes.
the child the moment they showed interest that you later regretted?
Oh.
Drums.
No.
Drums?
No.
You're throwing me under the bus.
I'm throwing you under the bus.
Yeah,
Let's dissect this first on the first half.
I know, Lucy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's first half of the question. Right. Focusing on things that you wish or were worried about, concerned about when we became focused on them or obsessed.
Right. Well,
because I've got one that I remember distinctly. But
Yeah.
Let's go. To
I
you.
really had a hard time, with your guys' like anime thing. And
Which
so,
wasn't
like,
even really a thing.
No, I know, but I did not like, what did I call it? Did I call it Japanese
cartoons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it was. And part of it is an unfounded fear based on evangelical crap that I was reading.
Yeah.
So I will fully admit that. I mean, I made 5 million parenting mistakes. Let's just be honest. And you guys were, I had a friend
And this is 5 million and one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest. I had a friend tell me that she said, "Oh, Amber, your first child is your throwaway kid. It's your practice kid." And
Man.
then she said, "I'm sorry you had two."
Two throwaway kids.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Here we
So
are.
I made a
Which
lot
is
of
why
mistakes.
we're in the gutter right now.
Yeah.
No, you're not in the gutter. Quite the opposite. So,
Oh, she's so nice.
I know,
She's
I
the
know.
best.
Um,
Yes, just the most.
but
She went
yeah,
to the
I-
Subway, bought me a hoagie. I ate it in a trash can. Just the nicest. So
I
much
do
support.
feel bad about the anime thing. I mean, like, and being like freaky about Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, so like the big thing that always comes to my mind is like RPGs, like D&D, right?
Yeah, okay,
It's just
yeah.
like pen and paper RPGs.
You know, like in right now in Turning Red, they do the thing where the girl has like a PowerPoint presentation for going to see the boy band she wants to go and see.
Yeah.
We made that. We never presented it.
Right.
But we made one for can we please play Dungeons and Dragons?
Right.
And the reason we wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons wasn't because literally anybody we knew played it, or
Yeah.
we had even seen it anywhere. It was in the Dangerous Book for Boys.
Which I love those books.
Yes,
And the Dangerous
it was.
Book
It
for
was.
girls.
It was in the Dangerous Book for Boys, and they say, "Hey, you should play Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
That's really cool for boys like you." And
We're like, I'm a boy, and
I'm
this
a
sounds
real
cool.
boy.
I want to be dangerous.
yeah, it was like, oh, it's too much effort to build a go kart, so I want to play Dungeons
I
and
wanna play
Dragons.
D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the treehouse steps are just one too many.
yeah.
This is a lot.
That reminds me
simpler.
of us getting around it by being like, "Can we play the Star Wars role playing game?"
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you said yes. And then I
Yeah.
went to a Barnes and Nobles and say, "Hey, where's your role playing section?" And the guy told me, "You look like you want to know where that is."
Yeah. You're like, I don't know how to take
I hope
this.
that guy got fired. It was true, but he should have been fired for that.
Oh man,
man.
especially in a derogatory way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like if a woman came in and was like, "We're the, like the
careful.
slimming tights or whatever," and he was like, "You look like you need them," Same thing. It's called Spanx. Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are Spanx.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. They're not swimming tights. I would never
Yeah.
swim in Spanx.
I didn't say.
But...
I said shrinking tights.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
swimming.
No,
Oh, okay,
no, no.
shrinking tights.
Shrinking
Yes.
tights.
Yes.
Slimming
Yes.
is
Yes.
my
Yes.
slimming
Yes.
tights.
Slimming. Okay. Sorry.
anyway, who's on first? That
Yeah.
being said, there have been times where Shad and I will have one of those things that we're like, we really are into this.
Yeah.
There were
and
many
usually
times.
they are like nerdy stuff, right?
Yeah.
In our obsession with them or our drive to participate was greater than our fear of the potential backlash of doing so.
Right.
Like that would
Right.
sort of make itself happen, and not to say I didn't feel convicted when I would do things like play D&D
That you
because
weren't supposed
I was
to,
a broken man. But
I heard they make a Spotify playlist for people like you.
Oh, Perfect.
People who play sad people who play D&D or
Yeah.
evil people who are going to hell who play D&D.
Evil people are going to hell. Well, so
Is,
I'm sure
sorry.
Mom's going to say this, but when you were in high school or middle school or whatever.
No, I was okay. So
Grade
this
school?
Is,
That's a good story.
yeah, no, this is actually really sad. Would fit into a lot of Christian deconstructionism stuff that's happening right now. So I went to a private school for a couple of years, a Christian school in 5th and 6th grade. That we could even talk about that for hours because it was very shady.
Yeah.
And there we'd have testimony time. And there was this boy that was
That is crazy, by
Yes,
the way.
yeah.
That is insane.
So, and you would get up and talk about, how Jesus saved you from this and that. And everyone was like,
Good job.
good job. So,
Thanks, Jesus.
yeah. So this boy got up and he talked about how, and this, mind you, I was in 5th or 6th grade and he was like a junior. So, he was like, he kind of had a mustache. His name was like Thomas.
Nice.
And he like could grow some facial
Hey,
hair.
Thomas, if you're out there,
Yeah. Shout out.
hit us up.
Hopefully he was one of the few kids that ended up not getting molested at that school.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other thing. I was
Thomas,
one of-
how's the surfboard company?
How is it not getting molested, hopefully?
Yeah. Anyways, so he got up and talked about how he was just entrenched in D&D, right? And how he felt like demons were talking to him.
Yeah.
And he felt like God told him that he needed to get rid of his D&D stuff. So he went out and in his backyard had started a huge bonfire. Now, mind you, I am literally like fish on.
Yeah.
I am listening to this fully believing that
Of
this
course.
is what happened to
Yeah.
this kid.
Yeah.
And so he says he starts this huge bonfire and he throws all of his D&D stuff onto this fire and he sees, like, he hears screaming.
Nice.
Like the demons are, being exorcised from the D&D stuff. I mean, I am thinking this is the worst possible thing
Yeah.
that you could ever do
Well,
is
yeah.
playing D&D.
And here's the thing is like, if I look back on it, it makes sense to me that you would say don't play D&D if that's the stakes that are
Right.
presented to you. Right.
Right, and
Like,
I
that
had never
makes
done
sense.
any. But the funny thing about it is, of course, I'm like, here, watch Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I love Harry Potter. But the difference in that is that I was like, I read the Harry Potter series before
Yeah.
I let you guys read it.
Yeah.
So, and I
Which
never
you should
did.
have been in
and
just
you
a
were
bigger
gonna
nerd.
spend 4 hours reading the D&D
Yeah,
rule
which
book,
I should have done it.
conservatively.
Yeah, it's because
know.
I wasn't interested. The Harry Potter
Yeah.
books are really good.
You're like,
so.
when you have 25 arrows and experience encumbrance, that gives you a -1, and you're like, what the hell? This
Yeah.
is definitely demons.
Yeah. Wait. Anyone who can understand attack of opportunity has to be possessed.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Yeah, 100%.
Some eldritch
But I mean,
knowledge.
part of with Joe's question, and this is like a parenting philosophy that I have.
Yeah.
Is
Capital
that-
P philosophy
yes,
right here.
Yeah, is that if your kid shows passion in something, that you feed that.
Yeah.
And you feed it. I don't want to say you don't even inhibit them. If I would have had more money and time, I would have been even better at it.
Who knows
but it's
how
like,
badass we would be. If
Well,
we
I
did
mean,
this.
To
but
think
it's
about
like
this. There
and-
might have been 2 colors worth the walls, right? Another
Yeah.
bright color besides the gray.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be crazy. So much upgrade.
Well, and you guys, it keeps kids busy. Whether
Yeah.
it's a sport, we tried everything. you guys
let
tried
me
everything.
let me play devil's advocate though. So
Okay.
you say like
Let's
you know,
play
my-
D&D's advocate.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
D&D's advocate right now. Kid, he's let's say you have a child. His name's Jerome. Jerome, he's really into something. He's got a lot of passion.
Yeah.
A ton of passion for putting tattoos on 13
Okay.
years
Yes.
old.
Yeah. I mean,
So like, there is a degree.
absolutely. And I'm
Well,
saying,
but Jerome, he's hella good at it,
okay,
dude. Like it's
then
beautiful.
We can
It's
go
like
ahead and be an
A-tier stuff.
artist. You can do
Yeah.
something. But
You would dare restrict him
yes,
though?
it's
in that
not
instance?
restricting. It's redirecting.
Yes, it's true.
It's redirecting. And so,
Redirecting.
like, you
Yeah,
redirect.
redirecting into something that you think is better. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Well, and it's true. I mean, yes, you're right. And like Shad said, he's like, I got around it by finding Star Wars role playing
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, Star Wars, that's safe.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's what was safe. So we
Yeah.
redirected towards that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what I did.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not saying it's right for everybody.
Makes
but
sense.
And
Makes
you guys
sense.
were so, I mean, you're very monomaniacal. You
Yeah.
were born monomaniacal. So when you obsess about something and it's actually a thing that's good and can be directed into something positive, long term, keep you busy, hopefully keep you out of trouble, then that's what you do.
Yeah.
So
I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
yeah,
Which is funny because like now everybody and their mom plays D&D.
right.
Yeah.
No, D&D is like people my age and you know.
I was at
Yeah.
an event that had like a bunch of dads.
Right.
45-year-olds.
Well, and
and stuff.
Mr.
And the guy was
Chambers,
like, "Oh, I gotta
whoever.
leave. I gotta go pick up my daughter from D&D."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, things
Well,
have
and
changed."
right before you guys were born, Magic the Gathering was like the big thing. And so
Yeah.
we'd go to these big music, alternative music festivals. And there'd always be
Wizards
a
of the
Magic
Coast.
the
They would have-
Gathering tent.
They'd have the booth.
Yeah. And people are in there, and I'm like, why would you pay to go to a music festival? Whatever. So
Because you're like, I gotta hear Bush, and then after I'm listening to Bush, I gotta.
Gwen Stefani, No Doubt.
No doubt, yeah.
I don't think I ever
Done.
heard.
I've got the great ska rhythms of No Doubt.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna go tap a land and really just make it happen in Magic the
Send
Gathering.
myself an elf, dude. Make it happen.
Yeah.
No, that was another thing that we got into. Yeah, I mean,
You guys got into Magic for a while.
Here's the problem, man. It's like we're just a couple of geeky nerd dudes.
Yeah.
And I think, would you say that your like upbringing and lifestyle had suited yourself, or had suited you and prepared you to raise a couple of nerd geeks?
No. I mean, maybe yes, because my dad was a little bit like, Papa's a little bit like that. So he would go.
He's a little autistic. More
Yes,
than anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
go-
wouldn't call him like a geek.
No.
Maybe.
I
I'm
would
not
call
sure.
him monomaniacal, though.
That's true.
That's
Like
yes,
something he's going to pick up something and he is going to obsess about it.
Yeah.
And so, and I guess to a certain extent, I'm that way, but it was number one, I wasn't necessarily afforded the luxury of being able to do that. And so, like I'd have a couple things, but I also had kids and I also was, raised in a family. So, you'd have little side notes here and there. But yeah, my personality now, since you guys have gotten older, I'm absolutely monomaniacal.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
That's true. Yeah, there's some sickness that runs through our family
Yes,
for sure.
yes,
That's definitely the case now. Yeah. Strange. Yeah, and I will say, I think the children that you had that enjoyed sports and performed better at them have done very well.
Right.
They had
Well,
pretty
it's a
good-
different kind of stress. I don't know if
Pretty
it's
good
good
run of the whole thing.
Yeah, if it's a good or a bad thing at all. I enjoyed both parts of it immensely. I love that you guys did. I love that you did drama. I love that Shad did speech and debate.
Yeah.
I love that I could watch you guys and this to me is like the best part of being a mom, that I get to watch you guys.
There you go. Talk about perks right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to, all the vast hordes of listeners.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get to hear your voice.
Yes. Oh, sorry about
The
that.
numbers grow every month.
It's true. We will soon be legion. Soon, Joe Rogan is shaking in his boots.
Yeah, shaking in his small boots.
Yes.
Does he have small feet?
He's a small man.
He's a short
Right.
guy.
He's a shorter guy.
I'm sure he's beefy though. He's got,
Got
beefy
beefy
feet.
feet. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Rogan's got the beef feet. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to
Thank you.
Monomaniacs.
Summon your cheetah powers.
Yeah. Some of your everybody out there
Summon
on
your
your commute right now, you're about to pull into work, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, it's a Monday. I haven't had my lasagna. I don't have the energy. You've just been blasting. You weren't able to sleep last night. You didn't have the playlist.
You're sad.
You were sad, broke. You were broken individual. Couldn't sleep. Just know that all you got to do to make it through your workday is summon those cheetah powers.
Yes.
That's all you need to do. Do you have anything to plug, Mom?
No.
Good.
He's not going to let me plug.
Bye.
Bye.